Good afternoon, it's Jeff and Wilma at Budrum. This afternoon we're going to do an update on this native beehive we've got here, and we're going to show you a few things that we learned over the last couple of months. Just going to take the lid off here. Quite a few weeks ago a bloke rang me up to get a bit of gear off me because he just started keeping normal honeybees, but he had the native bees before me. He bought me up a whole heap of books to read, so I learned a lot through reading these books. Now it turned out I made this 280 by 210 inside measurements, but as it turned out it should have been 280 by 210 outside measurements, and with fairly thick timber, so that should be a whole lot smaller. We haven't taken the perspex off here since our second update, and I want to show you what we learned, and it's exciting. Now it doesn't take long for us to have this hive over here before a heap of bees are built up wanting to look for their entrance, and there's a heap of them over there now trying to find their entrance. So now look at that. Now what I learned is that these are so much different to European honeybees in the way they do their brood. Now the European honeybees keep on using the same comb over and over for their brood. The nurses feed the larvae altogether about 10,000 visits over a 6-day period. What these Trigona native bees do, the worker bees build the honeycomb structure in a spiral that sort of spirals upwards. Well, this is the Trigona carbonaria. What happens is the queen lays an egg in the cell, the bees put the right amount of food in that cell for the larvae to feed on, and then they put a wax cap on the cell. Gets into a fully grown larvae that spins the cocoon around itself. Once the larvae has spun the cocoon around itself, the bees remove the wax from off the cocoon. And the queen is likely to be in this area here because this is the last brood to have been built, and it's just been freshly capped, and what you can see here, and they're just sort of holding together with little bits of wax, is the cocoons that have had the wax taken away from them. Can you see the different colour there? Yeah. And basically what happens is once the little bee chews its way out of the cocoon, the whole thing just collapses. So they start at the bottom with the brood, they work their way up to the ceiling as far as they can go. By the time they reach the top, the ones at the bottom are starting to hatch out, leaving a void, and then they start building again. And so they just work up the tower, if you could call it a tower, a brood tower. It's incredible.
So it's like they do it in layers, isn't it? Yeah,
but it's just a continual layer. It just keeps on, it's a sort of a continual spiral, spiralling upwards. And there's just little gaps in between the layers. So what we're going to do is put this back on again. I've only squashed one of these bees since we've had this hive, and he's embedded into this wood here. So I'm going to remove him. See all those cocoons there, ready to break out? Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. There's not much else to say. You can see the honey pots here, and they also store their pollen if you want to bring the camera around. Sometimes you'll see an open pot there, and you'll see them with the pollen on their legs, and they'll just put their leg over the open pot and then just shake the pollen off with one leg, and then use the other leg to shake the pollen off the first leg. It only takes a couple of seconds and it's done. So I'll try not to kill too many.
Well, I don't think you've killed any. There's none in the area.
There was one stuck and I lifted it up and he went back in, so I'll screw him back down again. You hear about people having a lot of trouble with these native bees you know, working on it with bees getting in their hair and their nose and that. I think being able to remove the box away from where their site is so much better. You know, look at all those bees. Imagine if we were leaning over the box. They'd be all through it. Right, okay, so let's put this back. And look at all the bees over there waiting, looking for their entrance. So, you watch this. Amazing how many were out working.
They're just flying straight in.
Amazing, yeah, there's a lot of them. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.